wish to celebrate those students who are focused on their classes. An individual each year who becomes our valedictorian and deserves a special place on the CES Honours Board. Valedictorians are students who have approached every class in a serious and mature attitude. They are students who are motivated to learn, eager to understand, reflect, and act out educational curiosity, rather than simply learning for the short-term goal of passing an exam. A valedictorian is a student who is well-rounded and balanced human being, and has displayed the quality that our society needs. We as a school must cherish this and celebrate it. Each year, our valedictorians have managed to epitomise what it means to be a CES student giving service to the school and others, essentially being a role model of academics to our younger students. The word valedictorian comes from the Latin, and it means the one who says farewell. Hence, it is customary for our valedictorian to make their farewell speech at graduation. I am sure that you will join me with your applause as I announce the CES valedictorian for the class of 2016, Aalaa Yassin.
I'd like to tell you what I learned in school. I remember walking through school with Nadine wearing our gowns as we went by. There were so many kids looking up at us. I, too, was one of them. That was probably when I realized that I was actually going to graduate. It became a solid reality then, and I could still recall counting the years until it would be 2016 and I would finish school. 7 more years, I would say. 4 more years, 2 more years. I blinked, and then it came. Every single one of us has succeeded. In one way or another, we survived all that was thrown at us. We persisted. We've all pushed ourselves until this final day where we could wear these gowns and these hats and celebrate this hallmark of our success and completion of a student life. A lot has changed for us since we started studying. At the same time, it feels like exactly what I said, a blink. So often, we look at our hard times and say, we'll laugh at this someday. To get through the most difficult years of our life in education took strength we didn't even know we had. Obstacles we thought we'd never face were hurdled by. We had so many hours of studying, revising, planning, presenting, drafting, pulling all-nighters, replacing our water for caffeine. If I'd been asked just 2 years ago if I'd been able to do it, to do the things that I'd done and work as hard as I did, I wouldn't have thought I could. But standing here today, it's hard to imagine that I lived through that, and that it was really me experiencing it. My education has taught me a lot of things. I know how my immunity system works. I know how to structure a good essay. I can calculate probabilities and understand confirmation bias. But when someone asks me, what did you learn in school? I'll say this: you are capable of more than you think. If I had to summarize everything that I learned in one word, it would be persistence. It'll only be a moment until we've all followed our own paths. Universities, jobs, marriage, children, God knows what else. I don't know how much I'll remember of this day or of my experiences. I can't tell you what kind of adults we'll be, but I'll remember that our hardships were only a blink. Our good times, the times we laughed and smiled and felt so much relief every time we finished anything, every biology class with Monica, Karen, Rod, and Nadine, every time that Farida, Kinda, and Tala would chase us down for senior things, every time that Nido, Hifnea, Yabe would make class just a little bit lighter with all their laughter. Those are the times that matter, and those are the times that I'll hold close. And I know that when hardships come, we will be prepared, because we've learned how to live through that. And amazingly, we found happiness all the same. Of course, we didn't make this journey alone. There's just too many people who I'd like to thank. We had our peers encouraging us the whole way through, keeping each other sane. We had our teachers working so tirelessly to help us. Ms. Nizam for everything she's helped us with during our IB course. Ms. Barron for giving us the most exercise we've had during our IB through the past 2 years, just running to her class to get there on time before she would lock the door, and teaching us English. That was pretty cool too. The Arabic department for getting the least motivated set of students to pass. Ms. Verheyes for making me actually enjoy mathematics. And of course, I definitely can't forget our parents for their continuous driving us to school, waking us up, feeding us, supporting us, and of course, raising us. The list goes on, there's just too many people. I'd like to say to the students in the audience that very soon you will be here too. You'll be reflecting on how quickly it went by, and I won't promise you that it will be easy, but I can promise you that you'll make it just as we did, and just as we'll continue to. I'd just like to end my speech with a quote from a novel which, as my fellow IB students know, we've learned to hate and then after a while somehow learned to love. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch our arms farther, and on one fine morning, so we beat on, boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past.
Thank you very much, Aalaa. A very heartfelt speech, thank you. Now another number from our choir. It's called For Good by Stephen Schwartz from the musical Wicked.